Welcome to Secrets to Alignment with Savannah Schaefer. I am here to equip you with the belief and energy to make your dreams a reality. Take this time to fill your cup and align with the most vibrant version of you.
Welcome back to the Secrets to Alignment podcast with your host, Savannah Schaefer. Hi, welcome back. I am so excited to chat with you guys about this topic because I have basically been cycle syncing my life for the last couple months, and I feel like the universe has just really made it clear to me that I needed to pay attention to this. And so when I did start paying attention to this, I swear things are flowing so good in my life, and I felt like I needed to just dedicate an entire podcast episode to this for the girls because, we're all going through such huge hormonal changes throughout every single month. If you didn't know, you actually have several different hormone changes throughout your not even throughout your menstruation, throughout your 28-day cycle. Okay, so between periods, between you actually bleeding, you are going through so many hormonal changes, so many ups, so many downs, so many flat lines. And I just want to be here to support you guys and kind of show you how I've been using cycle syncing in my own life, because I know that if it's helped me a ton, it'll definitely help several of you guys. So I have had very few things come into my life this way, but what I notice is that when the universe is trying to guide me somewhere, I notice it showing up in threes. Okay, so for example, I felt like there was something that I really needed to start studying last year, and it came up in several different conversations. Then I started studying it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is changing my life. I have had this exact same situation happen with cycle syncing. Cycle syncing was something that I've always heard about, and I would see little things on Instagram of take it easier during your period, your body needs more rest or whatever. But I never truly got into it because I just was uneducated. I didn't know. I wasn't really focusing my time on learning it too much. I remember listening to some podcasts on it, but I wasn't living my life by it. And recently, I've been living my life by my hormones and where I'm at throughout the month, where my energy levels are sitting. And I am not kidding you guys. I am feeling so fucking good. I'm feeling so on top of things because I feel like when you're on your, when you're not really paying attention to these things, there's moments where you're I am pushing so fucking hard, but I feel like my brain is just not operating the way that it needs to. Or you're I just have no energy and I don't understand why. Or there's moments where you're just super moody and your emotions are out of control and you're I don't understand why. For me personally, what I noticed is that there were certain days of the month where it felt as though there was nothing that could help me get out of the vibe that I was in. I felt like there was two specific days of the month where my energy was so flat, and I almost felt numb and very disconnected for a couple days of the month. And so when I started to notice that was a pattern over and over and over again, I was you know what? I need to fucking look into this stuff more seriously. And then I had some things presented to me where I was whoa, okay, I need to get into cycle syncing. So I want to give you guys how I personally like to cycle sync, what I like to do for this. Number one, I have an app on my phone. I used to use the app Flow. I recently switched not recently, I switched about a year ago, maybe more, to this app called Stardust. Okay, Stardust is the vibey flow, but it's also gives you highlights. The notifications that I used to get for Flow was your period is coming in 3 days. The notifications that I get from Stardust is hey babe, grab snacks, grab your heating pad, you're going to be on the couch for the next couple hours. They are so much more detailed, intentional, and fun. They'll be hey, you feel $1 million today, so go put yourself out there, or go talk to that person that you've been scared to talk to, or whatever. It's just super cute. It feels very personal, and I really love it. So Stardust is the app that I use just to track when I'm actually on my period. I like having something digitally, But recently, over the last 4 or 5 months or so, I've been having everything physically as well. So I recently got this board. It's called Balance Her, and it's an acrylic board that shows you all about your cycle. If you're curious about this, please let me know. But basically, it has like a bunch of different features on the board. On like the right hand side, it gives you a breakdown of where you are at in your cycle, and it actually shares, like, it shows, okay, if you are in your like just not started your period, this is what you should be doing to take care of your body, and this is the kind of foods you should eat, this is how you should exercise, these are the kind of like practices that you should be incorporating. And then, okay, so now after you're out of your period, like, what should you be doing next? What's going to support your energy? Okay, now that your energy is coming up, like, what are the best things for you to do? When are you in your highest energy states? It gives you like this clear, easy, simple breakdown of every single phase throughout the month. And there's like 6 phases on that board, which I love because it breaks it down to the day. So if you're like, okay, I had my period, I'm on day 1 of my period, then by day 11, you're in like your highest energy state. And it tells you, like, you should start journaling about what you want to manifest. You should start putting yourself out there, go plan a date with your man, like, go do all of these things, go hit like high intensity workouts. Like, your body is in optimal state to like really go the fuck after it. So I love it because it keeps me like really connected with where I'm at on my period. It also like gives you different recommendations for food. So it'll say like fuel your body with extra fiber today, or make sure that you're staying really, really hydrated because that's going to help with bloating. It's just, it's been super supportive for me. I haven't even talked about it because I really wanted to give it like a solid few months of me using it. And I've had it now since November of 2025. And so after using it for all this time, I'm like, okay, this is like actually supporting me. Also, I will say that it is in the room and like Tyler can see it too. And I just think that he's being a lot more cognizant about where I am at on like my cycle and stuff because he knows what the board says. He's not like telling me he's looking at it, and I don't like catch him looking at it, but he does tend to know now, like, oh, okay, like, she's gonna be PMSing this week, like, what can I do to like make her feel better, like, what can I do to support her or whatever. Like, he's also amazing, so I just love him to death. But this board, on the other side of this board, on like the right side, it's got like all of the breakdown. And then on the left side, it gives you like a place to write out what you're grateful for. It gives you a place to write out like your goals, what your next trip is that you're going on. It gives you a place to like track your symptoms. It also, I feel like this would be so good for so many girls listening to this. It gives you a place to track your healthy habits. So it gives you like a little check mark place for each week that you can check off, like, are you avoiding sugar? Did you get in your movement? Are you staying hydrated? Like those like simple things. And I really, really like this. I love it a lot. I've been using it religiously and it's been a huge help for me. And I actually know the owner too. I met this woman so synchronistically. And that was like kind of the final, quote unquote, like final straw for me to be getting into cycle syncing. Cause I was like, okay, this is literally being so presented to me like in my day-to-day life. Like, I just need to start living my life this way. And I've really been liking it. So I cycle sync all of like my workouts as well. So I'm very intentional of like, okay, the weeks where I am feeling lower energy, the weeks that the basically the week of my period, like, I really take down my workouts. I still work out. I will always move my body. There will never be a time that I'm not moving my body. But what I will do is I will just kind of like bring down as much weight that I'm doing. I won't be doing like as like super heavy weightlifting kind of activities. I'll just like bring down the weight and still move my body. So I do that for my workouts. I also plan date nights around this as well because I want to go on date nights when I am feeling like my most fucking sexy, playful, confident, good, high vibes. Like, that's when I want to go out on a date night. So I plan all of my date nights around my ovulation. My ovulation is coming up like this upcoming week. So I told Ty, I was like, let's go out on Saturday. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to go do like arcade games and stuff. And yeah, so I just like take advantage of when my energy is like the highest and the lowest, and it's really, really fun. Also, I do this for my business. So, for me personally, which you have different things in your life that you can do this with. If you have a business, you can follow along with what I'm saying. But if you don't have a business and you still want to incorporate this into your life, you probably still can do it with like the roles that you have at your work, at your job. If you have like monthly things that you know you always have to do or whatever, you can just start to like plug and play them within your schedule. I really sat down and like prioritized doing this because I really wanted to start living my life differently in 2026. Like this is basically like my experiment year of, okay, I'm going to live my life by my hormones, by actually how I feel and stop pushing against my body and see how it makes me feel. I'm already, like I said, a couple months into this and I'm really, really enjoying it. But I plan my business around this as well. So for example, like when my energy is higher for Okay, so for example, when my energy is higher and I am feeling more confident, I'm feeling like I have like more energy to like be in front of the camera or whatever, I plan all of my podcasts at one specific week of the month to film all of my podcasts, film all of the content that I do for brands. Like I try my best to front load all of that kind of like face to camera work during the times where I am feeling like a fucking badass bitch because my energy is just going to come off better and like I'm just in a higher vibe. So then on like the weeks that maybe my energy is like dropping a little bit, I will take the time to edit my content, or I'll take the time to take the time to plan out all of my content, or I'll write content, like whatever that I need to do, I will take the next week to do that. When I'm on my period, I typically will try to have a little bit of a lighter week. I still have stuff to do, but I'm not like as much like this. I'm not like face to camera a ton. I'm like maybe doing typing on my computer. I'm doing more admin stuff. I'm reflecting. I'm planning for the month ahead. I am also like managing my finances. Like I'm just doing other things that are still productive, but are with the flow of my energy levels. So currently, right now, I'm also this is the I feel like the biggest takeaway that I'm having by doing all of this cycle syncing is recognizing that things come in cycles, okay? As women, I feel like just in general, we always fucking expect ourselves to be turned on all the time. We think we need to produce the exact same amount that we produced, last week and the week before that, and the week before that. We need to, just like hold ourselves to these really, really high standards and not ever allow ourselves to like have fucking grace and work with what's going on internally. And so I have just accepted that my body works in cycles, just like business works in cycles, just like everything in life works in cycles. Photosynthesis, like the seasons of the year, we all are going through cycle seasons. There are just like a constant, cycle, okay? So what I have been doing for my own business now is instead of, going month to month, being like, okay, every 30 days I need to like have these new goals and go after these new things and I need to like plan this and plan that. Instead of doing that, or even doing that weekly, sometimes I would do that weekly. Instead of doing that, I'm really showing up as a fucking CEO, knowing that every single quarter is going to look a little bit different. So I'm working my business in 90-day cycles instead of like 30-day cycles. So I am doing like all of my podcasts for Q1, I am doing all in January and February. And then I'm planning them out all for January, February, March. Then all of my podcasts for the next, I'm going to be doing that. Like I'm batching everything along with like where I'm at in my cycles. And then I also am doing it with like a big overarching goal for that end of the quarter. So if the end of the quarter I want to have X goal, then throughout all of that, I am building so much momentum every single month towards that goal that it just feels so fucking inevitable. Like I am so excited. I have like big goals coming up here by the end of Q1 going into Q2. And I just feel so fucking prepared. I'm in February right now filming this podcast. I'm filming this in the beginning of February. And I just feel so fucking on top of it. I feel like this is going to be a massive success because I'm showing up so strategically. I'm planning so much more content than I've ever planned. Like I'm just doing things at such a high level and I'm working with my body while doing that. I'm like doing all of this content planning on the weeks that I actually feel fucking amazing and like I'm just doing things differently and it feels really, really good. So this is your sign to stop forcing yourself to fucking push through. You're not lazy, you're not disciplined, you're not inconsistent. You're just not working with what your body is needing in the season that it's currently in. So, like I said, you can begin this by either going to Stardust, it's on the App Store, download Stardust, or get that board that I talked about. I really think that board is like truly such a game changer. And I know that word is like totally overused, but I actually think that it's helping me so much. I'm not getting paid to talk about this either. I started working with the owner and helping her create content because I genuinely think that this is such a cool product. But I really think that like the girls on my podcast, you guys listening to this, like you guys get it. You guys want to work with your bodies. You guys want to show up as like the best version of yourself. That has been helping me a ton, and I have been testing it for months and months and months to actually see if it's making a difference, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. So if you want to start cycle syncing your life, go ahead and download Stardust, get the board. I'll look for some coupon codes, I'll look for some discount codes and link them like in the description box of this so you guys can actually find something that's going to give you guys a good deal. I think it's about like $75 and you can get free shipping. I might even be able to find a coupon code that'll get lower than that, but I definitely 100% recommend it. And if you don't want to like go through all of that, you can also just do this with like ChatGPT if you wanted to. That's what I like began doing it on, is I was just like, okay, chat, I am on this day of my cycle right now. Next week I'll be on this day. And like it just helped me map it all out. But I just think that personally the detail of the board that I was using, or that I'm using right now, the detail of that board that I use is just, it's so on point that I wanted to make my entire life like based around that board. So, yeah, do whatever that you want. I really hope that I hear from some of you guys and hear that this has been helpful. I hope that you guys like actually start implementing this and let me know if your life starts to change and evolve. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys are in the most abundant and happy, fulfilling season of your fucking life because you deserve to be there. And I will catch you in the next episode. Mwah. Bye, guys.